morning, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 220. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter, that's Durham's online community paper. I invite you to check it out at DurhamSkywriter.com. And with Bull City Hangout, basically, tell you what's happening today in Durham, where to get help, etc. And then I will have very special guests to talk about a very special event for young folks on Monday. But let me get started with these quick announcements. I'll be starting from the Word page, that is the nonprofit and government information page. So I'm going to make quick mention of these programs. I won't really, there's so much happening on the show. So you can read about these programs at your convenience. So just to let you know that the city has an eviction diversion program. Okay, so if you need the help, definitely get the help. Also, the city has, this is for kids from kindergarten to grade 8, the 2021 Water Conservation Poster Contest. This might be a good weekend to work on that. Okay, and then the city has the Water Hardship Fund. If you've fallen behind a water bill, it can help you out. County has the LEAP program, the Low Income Energy Assistance Program, to help you with your heating bill. And then the county also has the HOPE program, and that is their version of an eviction diversion program. It's called the HOPE Housing Opportunity and Prevention of Evictions program. Again, check out these programs, and especially for the LEAP program, where they help you with your heating bill. Don't be shy or ashamed. If you need help, get the help. I have to let you know, sometimes don't let the city turn money back in. That has happened. If you don't allow the city to help you, they have to send the money back. Just saying. Okay, so enough with that. Let me tell you about something new with Go Durham, and this is really hip. I love this. So Go Durham, whoa, let me find it. They're offering free shared rides if you have a COVID-19 vaccination appointment. So obviously this is for older people because those 65 and up are the only ones eligible right now, except for some of the workers, necessary workers. So you have to call at least 24 hours in advance, and then you can get free shared to and from your vaccination appointment. I think that is so hip. So it's Go Durham and Go Triangle. So you get a phone call 24 hours in advance and you take care of that. I think that is so hip. Now let's go to the school tools page. Now, I don't know what I'm very curious. Put in the comments below what you think the school is returning to business, so to speak, on Monday, March 15th. I think that's super interesting. I know that the teachers would like to be vaccinated first. I don't want to get controversial, but I do know that's what many of them would like. So we'll talk about that later. But let me also announce that the St. Joseph AME Church, the 𝗕𝗓𝗧𝗬 Youth and Tutorial Program, they're hosting a very special HBCU virtual college fair that's happening Monday, and we'll be talking about that later in the show. But I'm just giving you a heads up. Okay, let's go to the health page. It's called To Your Health. So you can't make an appointment just yet. Some people are getting their vaccinations for COVID-19, but for right now, the appointments are closed until they get more vaccines. But do get on the wait list. The information is on the health page. Get on the wait list because when we open it back up, you want to be in line. Okay, you don't want to wait. Get on that wait list. Get the information on the health page. I think there's wait a minute, Community Health Coalition. Wait a minute. Yes, the Community Health Coalition, they're hosting a very special maternal and child health virtual program. It's going to be on Tuesday at 9:30, but you have to sign up by Monday noon. This is a free one-day program. The first people to sign up, first women, I should say, to sign up will receive a $25 gift card. So be sure to check that out if you're a new mommy. Also, I think there's a blood drive today. Let's see if I can find it real quick. There it is. The U Hill Apartments on University Drive, the the area of gorgeous art, graphic art. So from noon until 4, they're having a blood drive. So after donating blood, each donor will receive a free COVID-19 test and a $20 gift card. So you do have to make an appointment. So the link, it's on the health page. Okay, now let's go to the praise page for one announcement. Let's see. So Jamaat Ibad Ar-Rahman, their Arabic language course, it's free for English speakers. It's been moved up 15 minutes to 6:30, I think because the prayer time has changed as, you know, the season changes and evolves. So the class will be from 6:30 until 7:30. It's free, it's online. Check that out by reading about it on the praise page. Okay, last but not least, let's go to the Let's Go page, the calendar of events page. So the South Durham Farmers Market going on right now. Their winter hours are 9 until noon. They are south on Highway 55 in the Greenwood Commons Shopping Center. And then the Durham Farmers Market, they just opened. Their winter hours are 10 until noon. They're in Durham Central Park, downtown. Delta Sigma, the Durham Alumni Chapter, they're hosting a very interesting panel discussion for adults only called Sexual Assault, Domestic Violence, and Child Abuse, What to Do During a Pandemic. As you know, nerves are very right now. People are suffering. So you want to learn what you have to do to protect yourself and your family. This will be online from 2 until 4. It's free. Read about it on the Let's Go page, and the link is there as well. Now there's 3, I hate when they do this, can't go. There's 3 music concerts going on at pretty much the same time. So Joe Newberry will be in concert on the Bynum front porch as part of their winter music series, starting at 7. And then Yolanda Rabin is going to be giving her concert online for free. It is the Town of Cary's Marvelous Music online series. That's going to start at 7:30. That will be from 7:30 until 10. And then Voice 8, a vocal group. They're presented by Duke Performances. They sing English, Scottish, and Irish folk music with a modern twist. Start at 8 o'clock. This is not free. Tickets are $10 for Duke students. And then tomorrow, there's going to be an organ concert. Duke University Chapel's Organ Recital series presents Christopher Jacobson celebrating the musical of Marcel Dupré. And that's going to be at 4 o'clock tomorrow. And that's going to be a free concert, making its premiere on their YouTube channel. That's a lot, isn't it? It's a whole lot. So let's see what the weather's doing. I got a weather advisory to be careful when driving because there is black ice out there. You don't want to skid and get into trouble. So until around, just be super, super careful. It's 34, it's sunny, and then it's going up to 43. It's going to be sunny all day. Tomorrow, it's going to be 45 and sunny all day. Can't beat that. And Guy Cook, hey Guy, let me put his, oh, he's saying good morning from Walla Walla, Washington, where the snow is melting. I think they got like 18 or 20 inches of snow. That's good to hear. And Guy Cook, now I know Yolanda Rabin's concert will be available for, I think, a week. I don't know about Joe Newberry or Voices 8. I'm not sure about that, but I'm sure you can see Yolanda's concert later. All righty. So let's see, we're talking about this is for high school students or maybe anyone who's interested in going to college eventually. This is going to be a HBCU virtual college fair. So we have Willa Sample, Siobhan Steve Foster, and Xavier J. Daniels. Let's bring them on and talk about this. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Very happy to have you here. So I'm really excited to find out from Ms. Sample that St. Joseph's is doing it again with an HBCU college fair. So talk about it.
Yes, we are. Good morning, everybody. We are so honored to inform you that we will be presenting our first annual HBCU, Historically Black Colleges and Universities College Fair this coming Monday at 6:30 p.m. on the St. Joseph's Facebook website. We also have a flyer there where you can register to join us on Zoom. If you have questions and have questions to ask of these presenters. We have 18 colleges and universities that will join us, mostly from the Southeast. We have two special ones, especially Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, that will be on with us. We have the Bennett Bells of Bennett College. We have Howard, the Howard University, that will be joining us virtually. We also have Norfolk State, the North Carolina A&T State University. Of course, our Flying Eagles of North Carolina
Right now.
State be there. The South Carolina State Bulldogs, Livingstone, Johnson C. Smith. If you know of an HBCU in the state of North Carolina, we will have them there. Come on and join us. We are here for you.
Awesome. Awesome. So how does this work? So you sign up. So will the students say, ooh, I'm interested in hearing about St. Augustine's, and then they can talk to someone from St. Augustine's, or is it like a big group meeting where the conversations are very general?
Well, basically what we have in the essence of time, since we have so many schools that will join us, each school will come on and talk about, showcase their schools. They will give a little tidbit of information about who they are, where they're located, and we even have a couple of schools that will offer acceptance applications to the students on the spot. So they will be put in contact with these universities. They have, because of the pandemic, they're able to waive certain outstanding criteria such as ACT, SAT scores in lieu of your high school performance, your grades and so forth. So they will be available to talk with students at the end. We will share the students' information with the colleges and universities, and they will then follow up with recruitment to make contact with those students. So if you want to go to college next year, this is the place to be. They are ready and willing and able to accept you. They want you to come to their colleges and their campuses, and love matters when you go to school, so they will embrace you totally.
Nice. I want to ask a controversial question, if you don't mind, and either Mr. Daniels or Ms. Steve Foster can answer. So someone was mentioning this, I think it was on the NCCU Facebook page. Anyway, somebody who was probably a troll or hater was saying, why are we celebrating segregation? In other words, he was asking in his own way, why do HBCUs even exist in this modern day? So who wants to take that question?
I would say that you have to look at when and why HBCUs were birthed. Some of the greatest minds that we know today was refused the right to go to schools such as Duke University. That since we're in Durham, North Carolina, one of my professors while I was at Duke, by the name of Dr. James Forbes, actually applied to Duke when he was a young man, and he shared with the class the letter of rejection. And the only reason why Duke University at the time rejected Dr. Forbes, who is now teaching at the same institution, is because the letter said that he was a Negro and it did not admit Negro students. And so I guess maybe that person who was obvious a novice of history made that statement because they just was sleeping under some rock and thought that we could go to other schools and that maybe that we should just not be educated. And once these schools decided to let these bright minds in, that we should now close our institutions. Nobody ever says, let's close Duke because now we have NC Central. Why should we now close HBCUs?
Exactly.
I think also the pandemic has impacted Black communities more than any other communities. And so because of that, we've experienced more illness, more job loss, And our schools, HBCUs, have always, that's been their mission, to provide opportunities for students to go to college who otherwise wouldn't have that opportunity.
I agree. Now, I'm a graduate of 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟. My grandfather taught at a bunch of HBCUs back in his day, mostly at South Carolina State. And we have a lot of HBCUs in my family. What a lot of people might not realize, it's hard to explain when you go to an HBCU. It's just the feeling of just family. It's just not like, it's, how can I put it? The classes are smaller. The teachers are it's just hard to explain. It's just like going to school with family as opposed to being just one of several thousand students on a huge, gigantic campus, especially if you're like the first person in your family to go to college. It's going to be super overwhelming. Now, some of the Black colleges are quite large. I know Howard's pretty big, but 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟, when I was there, at least, there were only 500 students. It was wonderful. It was, and I'm sure it's the same. I think people probably going to Shaw, Johnson C. Smith, the other schools will probably say the same thing. It's a warm, caring, it's a loving environment. It's like family. I'm talking too much, so go ahead, somebody. Don't let me go on too much. But that's how I feel about it. HBCUs are just so special.
You are correct when you said that HBCUs provide that family atmosphere. It provides the love that students and all of us need, and it also brings confidence. That's the major thing that I see within HBCUs. It brings that confidence, that level of support that is needed, because sometimes when you're 18 years old, you're not always ready to fly. You need that nurturing, you need that support to get you to your next level. And fortunately, with so many HBCUs now, they not only offer undergraduate degrees, but master's degrees and doctoral programs that are superb. So you get a different experience by being at an HBCU, but you still get the same top quality of education once you come out. And another factor, excuse me, you have a lot of, excuse me, universities that are receiving donations from other, I'm sorry, would you go on to another question? I'll come back.
Okay, you need to grab some real quick.
Mhm.
You want to pick up on that, Mr. Daniels or Ms. Steve Foster?
Well, I attended North Carolina Central University, so I'm a proud Eagle. And,
All right,
and I'm thinking back to when I went to Central. I was from a small town. I was from Henderson, North Carolina, not that far away. And I was a shy, very shy little skinny girl back when I came there. But I did find a sense of belonging, especially after I was one of the first students to integrate my high school.
Wow.
And it was very turbulent. I was in high school when during the assassinations, Martin Luther King, Bobby Kennedy. So I came through a very turbulent high school years. And so when I come into Central, I found such a sense of belonging and
Nice.
and a sense of caring. I felt like my professors were very caring about me as an individual student and saw that I had promise. And you feel that as a student.
Well, as Mrs. Foster was saying, yes, that's still a very, very relevant feeling amongst our students and young people today. They have these challenges in high school that stem from various things. One of them is not being able to identify with the curriculum that they're being taught, and not being able to identify with all of their teachers. And their teachers are often put in so many different boxes and restraints by the state that they're not really allowed to always make the curriculum, how can I say, clear for the minority children. I mean, right now in the state of North Carolina, our newly elected lieutenant governor is battling the issue of if we should be teaching our kids systematic racism or not. I will not begin to talk about my feelings of our lieutenant governor. I'm not even sure if he has completed college himself. That's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is, a lot of minority kids are in high school and going through the public school system and do not know how to relate or do not feel like they can find themselves in the curriculum. And it's not until they go to a HBCU where they have that support, they have that love, and then they also see that you're not the first person to do math, to do science, to do biology. I never forget when I was one of my first days in class. Um, my math instructor told me that he developed a love for math because he went to HBCU and his professor broke down to him how math started in Egypt. And so our kids
Hmm.
have to be able to see and understand these things.
Nice. I want to ask one more controversial question, and then we'll promote the college a bit more. And I'm saying this because a lot of young people in particular, who are, everybody's online now, they're following people like Gary V. I don't know if Gary Vaynerchuk. He's one of those rabble rouser type, make that money, work hard, do your thing online sort of thing. He teaches. He's a very exciting personality. A lot of people follow him. However, he's kind of in the forefront of this, almost like a movement telling young people that college isn't really necessary. You can do whatever you want. You can learn everything online. And I have learned a lot online. Still, Gary Vaynerchuk is a person who started with $1 million. And now he's around teaching people how to become millionaires through incessant hard work and that sort of thing. And I think that's very good for people who start out with $1 million. But he's got young people believing now that, oh, I don't need college. I just get online, do whatever I want, make my fortune that way. I'd like to know what you think about that, because I feel kind of strongly in the opposite direction. I'd like to know what you have to say about that.
Xavier, I'll let you take that one.
Was that? I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing. Was that for me?
Yes.
Yeah, about the fact that you don't really need college nowadays.
Yes. I am on the fence about that. I definitely would not. I for one believe that education is the surest, I guess, way for upper mobility in this global society. I believe that education is critical. And for me, I grew up in a house where it was not an option. So it's kind of hard for a person like myself to say that I believe that individuals should not go to educate themselves. In fact, as a Christian, I believe that goes against my teaching and my set of beliefs. In fact, when you look at the Bible, before God sends disciples out, there is a season of preparation and study. You see that in every place in the Bible. You see that with Moses, before he goes and talks to Pharaoh, he's teaching and learning from God in the mountains, and he's talking to God at the burning bush. You see it with the prophet Elijah. You see this time and time again where God studies and prepares, and then he sends out. So how can we send out people in society when their heads are empty? Their hearts may be full. They may have good intentions, but not to have a clear head and not to understand what they're facing against. And that type of attitude is why America is no longer leading in education and science and health and all of these other issues. We very much need education, and I for one believe that everyone should go and get a formal education of some type.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I was thinking about the history of Black people in this country. When we were slaves, we were denied the opportunity to go to college. It was a crime and against the law to teach a slave to read. So I think even the slave master realized the power of education. And so I think it's really important. I think that's going back to our history, making sure that our children understand the value of an education and that there was a time when that right was denied them. And I am an educator, and that's been my career. And I believe wholeheartedly in everybody having the opportunity to go to college and to have an education. I think it's really important.
Okay. And Ms. Sample?
And I would say that skill set, what sets you apart from everyone else, and that is knowledge and skill set that you will get from a higher education. So that is one of the principles that we have with the group that is here today. We are the 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 Youth and Tutorial Ministry of St. Joseph's AME Church. Previously, before the pandemic, we were tutoring students as they came in and in different subject areas. But as we had to wade through the pandemic and not being able to see students face to face, we had to go outside of the box. We had to think outside of the box. We are having to perform outside of the box. So that's how we came together. We're all educators. Pastor Xavier, as I call him, is our youth minister. And we all have one common goal to educate our communities, our students, and especially our youth. So if they couldn't come to us, we are now going to them. That's why we're presenting this virtual HBCU college fair, because recruiters can't get to those students. So we're bringing the recruiters to the students. But with it all said, education is also a barrier. If you don't have the right education, if you don't have the right skills, you will have difficulties trying to get to your level of success. But if you have it, then your sky is the limit. And HBCUs are able to teach that, because look at the accomplishments of the HBCUs. Look at the accomplishments of Black people who built the White House, who built the first colleges and universities. Look at Mary McLeod Bethune, who said, if you won't let me go to your school, I'll build my own. And she did. And look at James E. Shepherd, who took a parcel of land in Durham, North Carolina. It started North Carolina College, and now it's North Carolina Central University with over 7,000 or 8,000 students there. So we haven't been buried. We've only just begun to grow. And that's where I hope we're able to stay.
Awesome. Let me make this point really quick, because I was thinking of this when Guy Cook asked this question about vocational school. Now, when Pastor Xavier talks about being on the fence, I am as well. Although I'm a huge believer in education, huge. I do also believe that it might not be for everybody, but the trades, there's no way that we'll ever run out of the need for having electricians, plumbers, welders. Those are traditionally pretty high-paying jobs and cannot be outsourced to other countries. So, yeah, I strongly believe in the trades as well. I also believe that being a smart tradesman is good too, because when you get too old to do the work, then you can teach as well. So let's talk more about, excuse me, about the college fair. That's going to be Monday. So you register in advance, right?
Yes, you may register in advance through a flyer that's on our website. But if you're not able to register, you may also just tune in to St. Joseph AME Church Facebook page, and you can view it there as well.
Nice. So what should they have with them? Should they take notes or what? I mean, what's gonna happen?
I'm sorry, Xavier, you had something, a statement? Yes, they may.
Go ahead, Pastor Xavier.
I'm sorry. I was going to say, when you mentioned St. Joseph's Facebook page, that I would encourage everyone to pay close attention to St. Joseph Facebook page in the next coming months, because we are beginning to put a lot of exciting things for the community and a lot of resources for our youth and children for the city of Durham, not just for the members of St. Joseph Church, but for everyone in Durham. And I think you know by now, and I have come to learn that St. Joseph is a church that I believe has their thumb on the heartbeat and pulse of the city of Durham. And we're very much trying to be engaged and involved with what's going on.
Nice. Thank you. Okay. So again, in terms of the actual college fair, which is going to be Monday, starting at, what's the time? Let me get the time right. 6:30.
6:30 p.m. Yes.
So what should the students, how should they prepare? I know it's on Zoom, but should they, is there going to be the type of information that they should take notes, or are there going to be handouts sent out via email afterwards? I'm just wondering what kind of information the students will get.
Yes, we would love for them to take notes. All who are registered, again, their information will also go to the recruiters, the presenters that will be on with us. And we do have some flyers from Fisk University and several other colleges that we'll be able to either mail to them or they can stop by and pick up from St. Joseph's itself. We encourage them to come with questions so that they can have several of their questions answered. It will be a little bit lengthy, but we do ask that everyone stays on through its entirety so that they can hear what Bennett offers versus what Southern University offers down in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So you don't want to miss this. Please listen carefully to each of the schools because you never know which one fits. I love Talladega College. You said it had about 500 students. That's very comfortable. In some rural areas, that's the same size as their high school. So someone may be comfortable in that setting. But for someone who is more used to a city life, it's there. You have that at Howard University in the heart of Washington, D.C. So there are many opportunities that will be presented on Monday night with each college and university. And we will also help you to make contact directly with those schools.
Nice. So any final words? I really highly encourage high school students and maybe even middle schoolers who are thinking of college. There are a lot of very young children who are already planning what they're going to do when they grow up. So I guess they should watch as well. Are they invited? The younger students?
Yes. Yes, everyone is invited. We've increased our capacity so that everyone, hopefully we're up to 1,000 with our capacity. So hopefully anyone who wants to join will join with us. We look forward to having everyone there. This is a big event. It's a great event. All are welcome.
Wonderful. So any final words? That's really wonderful. Again, this is going to be on Monday, 6:30 on Zoom. So Ms. Steve Foster?
I would say if you want to go to college and maybe you can't go, but would like to go, this is the place for you to come out to this event.
Okay. Mr. Daniels?
I think these two lovely ladies have said it all, and I would just say thank you for hosting us on your show this morning.
Absolutely. And by the way, my aunt was a Bennett Belle, so very excited about this HBCU virtual college fair, which will be Monday at 6:30, folks, and it's free. So why not attend? So with that, thank you so much, and come back anytime you want. And Pastor Xavier, you were talking about some future events, so feel free to drop in or just let me know in advance if you'd like to come on the show again. You don't have to be formal about it. You can just click on the link and just join me whenever. Because usually I post the link. I didn't post a link for people to join me today because I knew that I was going to have you on as guests. But usually I post the link and invite everyone to join me. I didn't do so today because I wanted to dedicate this whole show to you. And thank you so much. Siobhan, Steve Foster, Xavier Daniels, and Willa Sample for being on the show. I hope to hear from you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy your day.
Okay, thank you. Take care. Super, super awesome. So let me tell you, because I didn't forgot to go through I think she listed most of the schools. So Bennett, Clinton, Claflin, Elizabeth City, Fayetteville State, Fisk, Hampton, Johnson C. Smith, Livingstone, Morehouse, North Carolina Central University, North Carolina A&T, Shaw, St. Augustine's, Southern, South Carolina State, Winston-Salem State, and Virginia State. Woo, that's a lot. So be sure to check that out. I think that is so exciting. When I was really young, I was excited about, we were told we were going to college regardless. My sister went to Fisk. I went to my parents' alma mater, Talladega. My folks are from Talladega County. So when I visited down there, I went down there for a funeral as a little kid, and I was on the campus of Talladega, and boy, was that exciting for me. And I decided, boy, I want to go to this college. So for whatever reason, check out this college fair, all the different colleges and universities, as our three guests did say, because they're all different. Each college has its own personality, history, etc., and then decide which one's the best for your child. So with that, have a beautiful day. It's going to be up to 43 today. It's going to be sunny. And then tomorrow it's going to be 45 and sunny. Have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you Monday at noon. Ciao for now.